Everyone. Thank you for inviting me for this, as Peter said, the exclusive club. It's a great occasion to be here. I know there were a few attempts, but unfortunately I was a bit busy. And since I'm here in this prestigious gathering, I hope that you'll all vote for me on the 14th. Everyone's wondering which party. So a few of my friends, we thought, we'll try this out with my school friends. I have a good 6 buddies that we always get together during election time. So we thought we'll create a party and create some excitement, but unfortunately all the names were taken. Then we thought, okay, we'll start with a symbol. So obvious thing, a cricket bat was taken a few years back. A cricket ball was taken. We Googled and see that they had nothing to do with cricket. And one of my friends said the only thing probably be available would be as a symbol will be a ball guard. So that was it. Our political dreams all went away. So you're all safe. At least for another 5 years. There's no ambition on my part to be a politician. Thank you very much, Niralaya, for inviting me. Jokes aside, I thought it was amazing panel discussion. Amazing people who have, ventured in life in different areas. And most of the things I've written down here are very common to all of you gentlemen who expressed how you all started and how things unraveled. For me, my happy place was on the field, on a cricket ground. That's where it all began. I don't know what, 30 years ago, no, even longer, sorry, 40 years back. I started enjoying cricket. It was a team sport. I started learning things with my friends, how to win, how to lose, how to compete. That was life lessons for me over a period of time. I came across different individuals, different personalities in life, local, international, and I learned. And I've just never stopped learning. I'm still learning. I learned a lot today, listening to the panel, how they've went about their journey. A few things which is very, very important for me in life are values. I think for me everything was built on those values. Being honest, to respect. When you say respect means not to demand respect, earn respect, respect the other person. These are qualities. Responsibility, don't shy away from that. We all make mistakes. We all made mistakes in our lives, in our businesses, on the cricket field. Own up to those mistakes. That's how you will learn from that. On the cricket field, you have to be transparent. You have to talk to your teammates and understand what they're thinking, what you're thinking, communication. No replacement for hard work, which I've been accustomed to on playing a sport, because there are no shortcuts for us. Everyone's getting better each and every day. So on a very tough market, everyone's working harder to be better every day. So there's no shortcuts. I've listened and said market gaps. Same thing on the cricket field. We look at how to build a team is about finding where the gaps are, finding the skill set to bridge that gap in my own team, and then to figure out what the weaknesses in the marketplace, which is the opposition, and how do we capture that, beat that team. So the biggest learning for me when I transitioned from cricket to businesses was identifying that talent, identifying the skills. They were much better than me, definitely. In their own rights, the way they were thinking, we invested in skills. I mean, that was the biggest thing that we did. Obviously, with what we do, obviously, Ibrahim, you went to our restaurant today. I hope you had a great time. Our CEO said, you enjoyed that. I saw your following, so you're most welcome anytime you're in Sri Lanka to eat there. So we invested in people skills. That's what we did. And that given us a great return. I think that's important. Sometimes people, when you're starting your own thing, you're scared to bring people in who are much more knowledgeable than you on those things, or think that you will be questioned. Are you capable of running a business? Because you don't know. That's when that humility comes in. Be humble. It's fine. It's good to have people who know better and respect them, and they will obviously in return respect you. So these are little things that I've picked up. I've heard about fear of failure. I mean, that's a huge thing in a sport. That's what holds people back on the field. Fear of failure. Before you go to bat, if you think that you're going to get out, most likely you will. It's simple as that. Especially in our sport. We have fraction of a second to decide as a batsman, pick up the length, which shot to play. You don't have anything else in your mind. You're in a bubble. Some guys bowling at 150, trying to knock your head off. Make decisions. So fear of failure cannot hold you back. You take calculated risk. You see the fields, you see the trap, but you still have to score runs. So you take those risks. They're calculated. You win some, you lose some. But you have to do that in life. Otherwise you will not learn. So it's pretty common how the transition happened, because my happy place taught me a lot of life lessons. And I was open to those life lessons. I was open to learning. I probably should drop this off as well, because we went to a good school, Nalanda, had some good teachers who told us to be humble, told us to be, learn from others. Obviously, a lot of things change in my life. When I was an 18-year-old, I was still at school when I lost my brother to cancer. He was my best friend. He and I played together. For me, personally, as an 18-year-old, I didn't know how to take that. My family didn't know how to take that. But gave us, for me, it gave us a lesson. Then nothing else matters after that. So you do things, you fail, you learn, you get up, but worse things has happened to people. We see a brutal war which is brewing up in the Middle East. We see kids not being able to go to schools, not being able to learn. Like Peter said, what our country went through for a few years now. And we feel that we all are responsible for that. Because, rightly or wrongly, we looked away from the reality. Because we were very much focused on our own little world and how we can thrive. But I think there's a little bit more for all of us to take from that is, yes, it's important, our family, our close ones, but it's also important the community, the country, and the direction that we should go. And we all owe to ourselves, because our kids are going to grow up in the same country. And it's our responsibility to make sure that they will not go through what we had to go through. I think the community is here, the decision makers are here, people who can contribute are sitting in these chairs. I'm sure collectively, if we steer in the right direction, we will get through this. It's like a company. It's making smart decisions. It's communicating those decisions. It's helping each other in a tough situation. And exactly what we do on the playing field as a cricket team. Not everyone will score hundreds, not everyone will get wickets, but we know the guy who stopped that 5 runs, the boundary, or take a run out, who do all the dirty work for the team, is also a hero, not just the guy who scores 100 or takes a fifer. It's that simple. It's all about understanding those values, trying to uphold that, which is probably the toughest thing. You have to somehow uphold those values and do the right thing. I'm going to leave with a quote that an amazing gentleman told me when I was a 19, 20-year-old when I joined the national team. I always say this at schools. I always tell this to cricketers, everybody. His name was Barry Richards. Not many people would have heard him. He was an amazing cricketer who played for South Africa during the apartheid. So he didn't get an opportunity to play much international cricket. He played a lot of his cricket in England. I was fortunate because he was a batting consultant in 1999 when I joined the team. He was here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And we were asking all sorts of questions. Some were stupid, but I was inquisitive to know what batting was all about. Because I lived in a little place. I haven't toured at that time. I didn't know the conditions. So I was asking all questions. So he turned around and said, just control what you can control. I did not take that on board. It just went past. I just kept on asking questions. I toured England that summer in 98. And Barry was with us. And the first few warm-up games, I was struggling. I didn't adapt to the wickets. I was cold, looked miserable. It just, when you're not scoring runs, then that's the worst place to be in. So I said, Barry, come, I'll take you for dinner. I need to talk to you. So I took him out for dinner. It was probably the best 20 pounds I've spent in my entire life. And we talked about batting, and he said, "Do you remember I told you, control things you can control?" Had a huge meaning when he explained it. He said there are elements in life which you can't control. We spend a lot of time and effort thinking about them and trying to control them, which is waste. See how you can control the cold weather. You can't. England in May is always cold. That's why Sri Lankans always get toured, picked up to play at that time of the year, because we won't survive that weather. So what do? You have to either block it off, you wear your clothing, you wear your thermals. That's it. The rest, you can't think about it. The wickets seaming, swinging, can you control that? No. Because me as a batsman, I have to react to the ball which someone else is bowling. He holds the play, and I'm thinking, how am I going to play this? But what I can control is me being prepared for that. I could bat out of my crease. I could choose not to play certain shots. I could tire the bowler out. The thought processes started coming to me. That's my game plan. I can control that. The abuse I get from the newspaper journalist, the only way I can control is by scoring runs. I can't stop them writing. But if I score runs, I probably have to write positive things. So it became so simple to me in life to focus on things I can control. And that was the challenge. How do I manage that? And how do I move forward with that? That helped me with my cricket. That helped me with my coaching. And obviously that helped me with venturing into different businesses, taking chances. And I have to say, to have fun. I think you need to have fun. Like we've all done on the field, it was fun. So I wish each and every one of you all the very best in your endeavors. Thank you very much for having me here, and have a great evening. Thank you.